Okay, so I'd like to welcome everyone who is here today. My name is Adeolu Akiyemi, and I'm extremely excited about what I want to share today because this is just a way to make it plainer, to make it simpler, to make it easier to understand for many people who haven't grasped a few of the concepts that we've shared over and over and over again. And I'm hoping that by your being here today and listening to this, the questions you will ask and the clarity this will give you, it will make you understand this better and you'll be able to take action based on this. I'd like to say a warm welcome to all the people I can see in this room today. I can see quite a number of faces in the room or names as well. I can see Abdul Yunus, Abiodun Daramola, Adeyemi Abimisola, Adebayo Amao. I can see Nena Ikwegbu. I can see Adeyemi Abimisola, Temi, Lolua Fambegbe, Mrs. Feyo Gulesi. I can see Ayed Dogbon Adeleye Olaoluwadaramola. I can see Olusegun Oyetunji. Welcome, everyone. Now, I'd like to take us on this very interesting journey today on short strategies to make $1 million in less than 45,000 hours. Now, what exactly is 45,000 hours? 45,000 hours is less than 3,650 days. Okay, which is less than 700 weeks, less than 800 weeks. And essentially saying within this period of time, many people will add 10 years to their age today, and it will be the year 2031, and they will still find $1 million as too far away from them as something that they may not be able to achieve. But if you are here in this meeting today, you have no excuse because you're going to learn today a surefire strategy that can help you achieve this, or even more, or even help you achieve it faster. They say that the best predictor of the future is the past. That if you look at how things have happened in the past, you can try to judge and say, if I've saved 10,000 naira over the last 1 year, okay, it is likely that I'll be able to save another 10,000 naira over the next 1 year. Of course, you and I know that I can, if I saved 10,000 naira over the last 1 year, I'm likely to do more than that in this new year. But if we say just, let's say what has happened is what's still going to happen, then this analysis is based on that theory. And I want to do this in a normal way and like to do my things, which is to tell you a story. So story, somebody can type in that chat box story. And once upon a time. Okay, this happened a long time ago. Precisely, this is a story that is as close to real life as possible. And it's a story of three friends and a group of friends, more than three, actually about 10 friends who came together and said, let us inspire ourselves. Let us form a group and let us as a group inspire each other to begin to save. Let us do something about this and ensure on a regular basis we are putting something aside from our salaries to plan for our future. Imagine these three young people told themselves, you know what, in 10 years' time, we want to do business together. In 10 years' time, we want to be able to bring our resources together and do big business. But in the short term, let's save. Let's not be in a hurry. Let's ensure that no matter what we're doing, we have jobs or we're doing businesses and driving things that help us ensure that we can be saving on a regular basis. So this, three people came together, 10 people came together to decide to save. And today, we're not going to be looking at the lives of all the 10 people. We're going to be looking at just three people out of these 10 who were able to look at their lives after 15 years and do a case study of exactly what they had done. And the first person amongst this set of people that I want to talk about, okay, I said they formed an investment club and they agreed that they will be saving 10% of their earnings. 10% of their earnings. Now, if you are in this room today and you will, if for example, this group was being formed today and you will be able to save 10% of your earnings every month for the next how many months now? For the next 120 months. So for the next 120 months, you are going to be able to say 10% of my savings, of my earnings, I want to save. You belong to that category. Can you just type in that chat box, done? Okay, and don't send it to just panelists, send it to panelists and all attendees so that people can see your done. Of course, 10% out of everything we earn should be something we can put in savings, no questions asked. Okay, it doesn't have to be what is remaining after I've spent. I can remove it the same way I remove and say this is what I want to use as my offering, the same way I need to remove and say this is for my savings. Okay, if you have that persuasion. So this guy is 15 years ago, these people 15 years ago decided that they were going to be saving 10% of their earnings, just 10%. But the three, they agreed that they won't save it together in the same common purse, that they would do it separately. But every month they will meet together to say, did you do yours? And then they will say, yes, I did mine. And then another person will say, did you do yours? Say, I did mine. And they all agree that we will do this and we'll put ourselves under the pressure to ensure that it is being done. Okay. And then they went about doing this. And we're going to look at the likes of three of those people who decided to do this. The first person we would like to look at today is called Akin. Akin is one of the three people, and Akin said, you know what? I am going to be doing my savings in Naira, okay? Because I don't have all those bureau de change wahala. I want to just make sure that I'm saving my money in the bank. I'm going to use one of the Nigerian popular banks, and I'm going to be putting my money there on a monthly basis in Naira, okay? And everybody clap for Akin and say, okay, good. Akin, brilliant. You're saving in Naira. That's all right. And then Ayo, one of the other friends, also said, you know what? I am going to be saving my money in dollars. Every month, I don't care what happens. I am just going to ensure that I'm putting my money in dollars. Okay, I can see Akin OG says, I'm here. Okay, so Akin, the Naira guy, is here in this meeting today, and he says it's Naira. Okay, and Ayo says, you know what? I'm going to save my own money in dollars. The same amount of money that you are making, the same amount of money I'm making, but rather than keep mine in Naira, I'm going to be keeping mine in dollars. So at the end of every month, I'll ask Aboki, how much is dollar? I will take the money that I have and I will use it to buy dollars. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be doing this in dollars. And there was a third friend, Chiggo, who decided, you know what? I'm going to be using mine to buy Bitcoins. I heard about this Bitcoin thing. I hear that the price goes up and comes down. I don't want to worry about it. I just want to put my money into this whatever device. I'll be buying monthly. And of course, because it was 15 years ago, he couldn't start the same time the other started. So he was saving his money in dollars, waiting for, and as soon as he heard about Bitcoin, he took his money from dollars and said, you know what? I want to do Bitcoin. I want to be saving my savings there and see what life will be after 120 months. Ladies and gentlemen, for you to understand this very well, let me run you through what was going on in Nigeria over the last 15 years. Okay. Of course, we want a country that is better. We want our country to improve. We want things to get better in Nigeria. But this is the reality of what has happened in the last 15 years, and this is what we can plan with. So over the course of the last 15 years, 15 years ago, 2006 precisely, we roughly exchanged $1 for 120 Naira. 10 years ago, roughly, we exchanged $1 for 150 Naira. Somewhere around 5 years ago, $1 became 250. And somewhere around 2 years ago, $1 became 360. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to change some dollars today for 483 Naira. So, but for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to put here 480. Now, this are the realities at those different junctions of time, just so that you get perspective about how the dollar to Naira ratio was changing as time progressed. Now, guess what? These three friends had the luxury of having very good jobs. So 15 years ago, in 2006, they were all earning about salaries that were about at par. So 50 years ago, Ayo, Akin, and Chiggo were earning 100,000 Naira. Sometime after 5 years, their salary doubled because they were promoted to 200,000 Naira. Sometime 5 years ago, the salary was adjusted for inflation to 300,000 Naira. Sometime 2 years ago, they got promoted to 400,000 Naira. And sometime this year, their salary has increased to 500,000. Now, in case you are listening to this story, and your salary over the last 15 years does not look this exciting, no problem. Just divide what you are seeing by 5. Okay, look at these numbers, divide them by 5, and say whatever it is that they achieved. If my salary 15 years ago was 20,000 Naira and my salary today is 100,000 Naira, it just means I've divided these numbers by 5. So everybody can find themselves in this story by just doing a little mathematics. Okay, so these are the salary growths. What we're about to explore now is what happened to Akin, what happened to Ayo, and what happened to Chiggo. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you what has happened to Akin. So Akin, in the year between 2006 and 2010, where he was earning 100,000 Naira per month for those 5 years, he was able to save 600,000 Naira because he was saving 10% of his salary on a monthly basis. That was about 120,000 Naira per year. For 5 years, he had the opportunity to have been able to save 600,000 Naira. Isn't that wonderful? And then between the year 2011 and 2015, where his salary had increased to 200,000 Naira, he was able to double his savings. Now, between 2016 and 2018, a period of 3 years where he was earning more as well, he was able to, because the period is shorter, he was able to save 1.08 million within a shorter period of time. And 2 years, 2019 2020, he was able to save 960,000. And this year so far, he has earned his money for May, and he was able to save 250,000 naira because he now earns 500,000 naira. Total value saved for Akin as in the last 15 years is 4,090,000 naira. If you went to the black market to exchange it today into dollars, it will be $8,520. Okay, are you with me? Are you following this story on what is happening to Akin? Akin has saved 4.090 million and he has $8,520. Now, if they wanted to form their partnership and they were putting their monies together to do a business together, his contribution will be 4.09, approximately 4.1 million naira. And if it was a business they were doing that was international, an international business, it will have contributed $8,520. I'm sure you are wondering what exactly happened with Ayo. I'm willing to know, how did Ayo fare, who was buying from Aboki on a regular basis throughout this period of time. Now, let's examine Ayo very quickly. Ayo, in the same period where the first person was able to save 7,000 naira, he will have gone to exchange at 120 each, and he will have $5,000. At the time when the other person was able to make 1.2 million, which doubled what they had earned before, he will realize that his is not doubling because the dollar value had increased to 150. He will get $8,000. By the next 3 years, he will realize he can't even get so much money as the first time anymore because he's buying dollars now at 250. He will get 4,320. When you add it all up together, the same amount of money that he earned, the same amount of money that he saved, Ayo would have saved $20,508. Okay, can somebody type there and say what? Okay, $20,508 is what Ayo would have earned. And guess what? Today in Naira, that will be 9.843 million. Somebody said mad. Oh, hey, oh yes, it looks ridiculous. He has more than doubled his friend with the same amount of money only by doing what we have always been calling out, but we have not really spelled out very clearly. It's called dollar cost averaging. So what Ayo has been doing is he has been dollar cost averaging. He has basically been buying dollars and hedging his currency against a more stable currency, so that as inflation is happening and his money is losing value, he is ensuring that that value is locked down in dollars. Are we together? Okay, now I know that many of us can see very, very clearly that a difference of ×2 is what's going on. That's why people hustle. That's why we see, for example, that in our environment, if you're not careful, you find yourself hustling backward. What does that mean? It means you labor hard, you work hard to make more money, but that more money becomes less money because the money can chase less. And it's just wisdom to say, you know what, until we get things together into a place where we have good leadership in our country that begins to say, set direction, to say this is how this will change, this is how we're going to make this happen. And I trust that those days will come, the days are upon us, but you want to ensure that you have that hedge that allows you to be able to generate value, more value than what's going on within your local environment. Now, if you are excited about what's happening with Ayo, okay, you don't even know half the story yet. If you are here today and you would like to know what happened with Chiggo, you would like to get insight into what exactly became the reality of Chiggo, type there in that comment box, what? Let me see your question, and then we'll move from Ayo to Chiggo to see what exactly was possible if Chiggo was putting his money in Bitcoin within the same period of time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not analysis of the future. This is analysis of the past. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, but this shows you what has happened or what could have happened, and it gives you an idea of what you can plan for and what's possible going forward. Let me show you very quickly what happened with Chiggo. So Chiggo was doing DCA, but not DCA with dollars. It was doing DCA with Bitcoins. Ladies and gentlemen, by December 2010, okay, by December 2010, after he had worked for a few years and had $5,000, if he bought Bitcoin, he will have bought 21,000 Bitcoin. Somebody said, Oluwa. Oh, yes, Oluwa. By the time he got to December 2015, okay, from the same dollar that he has saved, he will have been able to buy 1,538 Bitcoins. By December 2018, he will have bought 3.82 Bitcoins. By December 2020, he won't be able to buy more than 0.3716 Bitcoin. And by this May, he will only be able to buy 0.0119 Bitcoin. Okay, if you doubt my calculation, go to dca.bitnut.com and use that application to see how DCA works. Total value today, it will have 23,042 Bitcoin. Today's dollar value will be $1.01 billion, and today's naira value will be 494.95 billion naira. Okay, somebody is pleading the blood here. Somebody is weeping here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the reality of Chiggo would have been over the course of the last 15 years. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the past. We have looked at it in naira, we have looked at it in dollars, and we have looked at it in Bitcoin. Whenever you hear things like dollar cost averaging, when you hear dollar cost averaging, this is exactly what it means. And guess what? This is the best way to deal so that you don't have high blood pressure. High blood pressure is when, for example, the market is correcting right now. It has moved from 60, 58, 55. It's currently operating at 44, 43, 42, and people are panicking. They say there's fraud created. Elon Musk has said this, Elon Musk has done that, and people are wondering, should I buy the dip? Is the dip going to get deeper? The best strategy and the best way going forward that you want to deal in this space is using dollar cost average, DCA, dollar cost average. And essentially what you want to do is you want to just be consistent. Yes, somebody says this is more than printing money. It is more than printing money. Now, guess what? Some of the times in between this journey, it will go low. Some of the times it will go high. The people who are going to make losses and have problems are those ones who are speculating on the market and saying, let me buy when it goes low, let me sell when it goes high, and they are trying to trade and make money. You will make pocket change. 15 years will pass. You will realize that you have made some money, you have spent some money, you don't have what else to look at and say this is the value I've built. It's always the difference between builders and painters, between farmers and hunters. Okay, there is an approach that tries to engage the market that is speculating, and there's an approach that says, you know what, I want to put what I will, over the long term. I want to play long distance game. I want to be able to just sit with this, look at the long distance, and basically aggregate as we grow. And based on those numbers, now these are fair numbers. I've seen other numbers where you say, you know what, let me buy at the average value of 2010. This is not the average value. This is the value at December. If you buy the average value, it will come to about 50,000 Bitcoins. But guess what? Let's say, you know what, let's deal at the price at the particular month. And say at the end of the month, person, this is the value that have been. At the end of the month, this is the value that have been. And by doing this CA, you can't even compare the numbers. Let's look at the three numbers we have again very quickly. Okay, we have our very naira, $8,520. In naira, 4.09. If you're not earning this much, let's say you're earning 20,000 naira, okay, divide it by 5 and say, okay, you have 800,000 naira. If you are doing dollar, divide it by 5 and say maybe you have $5,000, which is equals to roughly about 1.9 million naira. Okay, if you are out divided by 5 and you're looking at this, what we are looking at here is unbelievable. This is about 100 billion naira, not million. This is billion, B-I-L-L-I-O-N, B-lion. Okay, now, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we mean when we say DCA. DCA, this is double leverage DCA. It means I'm not only DCA in dollars, I am also doing my DCA, even for the dollar, I'm doing it in Bitcoin. And the opportunities and the possibilities that are there is just a matter of, are you willing to play for time? Are you willing to go the long haul and just continue to drive this in time? That, ladies and gentlemen, essentially, okay, is what happens when you say, you know what, I want to do this over time. I want to play a time game with this. So if you are here today and you're hearing me, yeah, and I can see you're hearing me, I can see all the exclamations, I can see crazy and awesome analysis, I can see this is more than printing money, I can see also face, chai, I can see blood. Now, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what it means. This is what we have been saying when we said DCA, this is DCA. And in case you want to see it clearly, okay, I want to share it with you again. Let me share with you from my screen what it looks like on the BitNub app, because if you want to do DCA, this is a DCA tool. This tool was created just to help you do DCA. Okay, and I want to see if I can share that with you very quickly and show you what that looks like, so they can have an understanding of, look, this is what this is like. This is what is possible if you are doing DCA. Okay, let me see if I can connect that again quickly and see how that will look. Okay, DCA. Let's see what that looks like. Good, good. Now here's my screen. Let me take us through it very quickly. This is the BitNob app. If you don't have it yet, I want to encourage you, grab the BitNob app. You'll find it on iOS, you'll find it on App Store. Okay, if you look for BitNob, look for BitNob Technologies. These are the colors. Once you see these colors, you're on the right place. Okay, I put my own password. My password is I use my face. You can use your face. You use your password initially, and then use your face. Yes, we all know that there's a dip happening in the market today, but you know why I don't worry? I don't worry because when the dip is happening, I am buying the dip automatically. What you see on this screen is an example of what is happening within my own account. It's not a short play, it's a long play. And what that means is I have come to the plan section, I have created a plan. And the best plans are long-term plans, okay? Long-term plans. It means I have different plans. How do you create a plan? Very simple. Just come here and click plus. You can't create a plan if you don't have money in your USD wallet. So the first thing you want to do when you join BitNob is you get a voucher and load your USD wallet. Your BitNob app takes money from your USD wallet and uses it to buy Bitcoin, like Chiggo was doing with your savings either every day, either every week, or either every month, depending on the frequency that you want to play with. So it depends on you. You determine the frequency you want to play with. And based on the frequency you want to play with, it basically engages to do it that way. Someone is asking, how do I go about this as a novice? This is a method developed and designed for novices. If you are a novice, welcome on board. That's why we're having this conversation. Okay, this is what it means. So I come here and I click Bitcoin savings. I put the name of my plan. The name of my plan is 10 years business plan. Now, of course, on BitNob today, because the company is fresh, the longest plan is saying 12 months. We will have longer plans, in the days to come. It says 10 years business. So in 10 years, I want to come together with a few of my colleagues and friends, and I want to do business, and I click, I want to have a plan for this. It's too long, so I shorten it and says 10 years biz. Okay, 16 characters. 10 years biz. I go next. How much do I want to put here in this plan? Okay, if I want to be able to do, let's say I want to be able to save 20,000 naira per month, what does that mean on a daily basis? Okay, that's more than 500 naira per day. 500 naira per day will give me 15,000. At 20,000, I want to do more than that. So I can say $2. Okay, I want to do $2 per day, and I click next. I want to do every day. I click next. Okay, and I want to do it. The maximum time is 12 months. After 12 months are over, I will go back to the plan and extend it again. There's a penalty for breaking my plan before I break. I don't want to break my plan, so I want there to be a penalty to ensure that if I need to break the plan, then I pay a penalty for it. Okay, and I go next. And I'll tell you something very interesting. So when do I want to start? I choose the date I want to start. If I don't want to start today, I can choose any other day I want to start and choose my date and then begin to mark from there. Okay, and I do okay and I progress. So let's say, for example, I want to start at the end of the month. I click OK, proceed to payment. I go to proceed to payment. Use your USD wallet. So I need to fund my plan only with my USD wallet. Once I click yes to this, the money that is in my USD wallet is what to use this. If money finishes there, I can keep on loading my USD wallet every month and then use that to drive this. Now, somebody's asking a very vital question. And please, all questions, if you want to ask questions now, put your questions in the question and answer box so that I can identify as a question and not see it as just a comment or a chat. But I see a very good question from a friend of mine here saying, does it only do this for Bitcoin? Yes, BitNob currently only does this for Bitcoin. Why? Because from trend analysis, there are smaller tokens that can do phenomenal numbers within the space of 1 year. They can do phenomenal numbers within the space of 3 months. So if you're looking for quick wins and quick gains, you can do the small, tokens, the ones that are just launching, the ones that have been there that show potential. But over the long haul, over the long haul, over the period of about 10 years, the one that is still has the highest strength value based on the dominance that he has in the market, based on the fact that it's like the gateway that everybody starts with before getting to others, is still Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, there are people they call Bitcoin maximalists, and it says whatever it is I'm doing in the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin is still where I want my majority of my money to be. Today, Bitcoin has a 40% market dominance. Okay, this year is the first time it's going as low as 40%. Normally, it's above 50%. Whereas a 40% market dominance, it means if you want to do your portfolio, do your own research, not financial advice, but it is advisable that you ensure that the portfolio mix of what Bitcoin is to the market, total market cap, is how your own finances are as well. So if you are keeping money, you want to ensure that at least about 40% of your funds are in Bitcoin. Ethereum controls about 14% or thereabout of the market. BNB is controlling some as well. You have Polkadot, you have AV, you have a number of coins coming to that space, Cardano, Tron, the ones that have their blockchains as well. A lot's going on in that space. You want to ensure that Bitcoin is solid. So for BitNut today, where we are, where the company is, and what is pushing is Bitcoin, encouraging people to be Bitcoin maximalists, because the trends are also for the long term. This is a long-term play, not I put it today and I make 10x tomorrow. If you want to put it today and make 10x tomorrow, we will have another seminar where we'll talk about how that works and what you can get from there, coins that work that way, how you can utilize that exists. But for this is like your savings account. It's like you saving, somebody's saving in Naira, somebody's saving in USD, and somebody's saving in Bitcoin. And guess what? Even if what you want to do is saving USD, you can use this as well. But if you want the double leverage, then you can have the opportunity to do it with Bitcoin as well. I hope I have answered that person's question. A few questions bubbling to the top. Let me answer a few questions very quickly. How do I go about this being a novice? Very, very simple. That's what I've been trying to tell you. The first thing you want to do is download the app. Okay, this app ordinarily should basically just connect directly to your bank rails, but because of some of the legislation that we have currently, where the bank, the CBN is not very friendly to people buying cryptocurrency and the rest of them, how this works today, it will change in the future, like most things, most surely. But for today, what you want to do is you want to buy a gift voucher that allows you to load your wallet. And from loading your wallet, so for example, how I want to do is I sign up on the app. As soon as I sign up on the app, I come to wallet. Okay, I click on deposit. I can deposit by purchasing a voucher. I can load the voucher pin. If I want to purchase a voucher, I can click on purchase a voucher. Am I in Nigeria? Am I in Ghana? Other countries will feature as we progress. I buy a voucher. I can buy a voucher directly. I buy the voucher. I get the voucher pin. I load the voucher pin. Whatever pin I get from there, I can load it here and paste it here. Once I've done that, I will see that my wallet will be funded. I currently have $260 in my USD wallet. Once I have money in my USD wallet, I can go and set up a plan, and then that plan will be removing the money from my USD wallet and using it to buy Bitcoin. And whatever it is that it is buying, it will be showing here on the screen. It will show, for example, for me here, that I have bought $5,700 worth. It's currently worth $7,738, and that's because of the market correction. If the market goes up again to 60, this amount of money will be about $10,000. It will show you how much I've gained. But I'm not worried about my percentage, whether it's positive or negative, because it's a long-term play. Okay, so Adeline, I hope I have answered your question. How do I create a USD wallet? Your USD wallet is already in your BitNub app. Okay, it's already there. You just need to go there and click on deposit with voucher, and then create a plan, and that can be going on from there. Another question here is, please, can I transfer from my Bitcoin wallet to my BitNub app wallet monthly for my savings? Can I transfer from my Bitcoin wallet? So this person is saying, I have another Bitcoin wallet. That's what I hear you say. If you have another Bitcoin wallet, you can, from that Bitcoin wallet, move it to your Bitcoin wallet in BitNub. But that's not dollar cost averaging. That's you just buying Bitcoin. Okay. And if you buy Bitcoin and you want to be buying it every month like that, that's fine. What this does for you is it helps you get into the habit of knowing that it can happen automatically. Ideally, when this is perfect, in the countries where it will be perfect, and hopefully Nigeria soon as well, this can basically take money from your local bank account by itself every month and load it for you. But in the short term, you can buy a voucher, load the voucher in USD, load enough that you need for the month, and then on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis, you can take money from there and buy Bitcoin for you. But if you have Bitcoin somewhere already, you can move it here. If you want to change it to dollars, you can change it to USD when the price is high, and then begin to do a dollar cost average. Dollar cost averaging saves you the emotional trauma of seeing the highs and lows. I'm not worried. Market is dipping. I'm not worried. The only time I'm worried is if I have put a lot of money in Bitcoin and I'm expecting it to go up and it's going down. But if I'm buying small, if I have $500,000 and I've divided it into 2 years, I'm not biting it all at once, so I can enjoy as it moves up and as it gains value. Okay, I hope I've answered that question. How can I get vouchers to load USD balance on Bitnob? Today, there are agents that have access to vouchers. But outside of agents, you can simply go into your wallet, okay, like I did here, and click deposit and purchase voucher. I can purchase voucher directly from here. It takes me to an account on Flosserwave where I can make the purchase of the vouchers that I need if I want to go directly and buy that way. If I already know somebody who told me about it, I can ask them to get me vouchers as well, and I can buy from them. It is really, really that simple. I can't connect Bitcoin to my bank account card. Does this mean every user has to buy voucher with Naira? Yes. The reason why you can't do that is because of a CBN current legislation that is not allowing people to buy Bitcoin. So you can't do it with your bank. Before now, you could do that with your bank. But guess what? Before the end of this year, from the indications and the trends that we're seeing, you'll probably be able to do that for your bank. In the meantime, you buy the vouchers, load the vouchers, and your DCA happens from there. How secured is the Bitnum app? How secured is your DSTV? How secured is the bank you're using? How secured is your other wallet you're using? Okay, it's as secured. It's, there's a lot of security features, a lot of there's a PIN code now for people to access your wallet. Just keep your email, keep your PIN code, keep your security tokens, just the same way you do on any application or wallet you work with. So it's as secure as any of those or better. Bitnob is a company that is having interests and investors from from Nigeria and around the world. It's something that a few people, very people that are backed, bigger companies are backing. So you can be sure that you are safe. Does this work only in Nigeria and Ghana? For the places where you can automatically load your wallets today, it can happen from Ghana and Nigeria, but it can work anywhere else in the world. Like I always say, all that is required in any city is one agent. If that one agent is well seated and well positioned, that agent can be the person that begins to supply other person vouchers as well. There are people in the UK that use it already, people in the US that use it already, so people in Canada that are using it already. So essentially, it can spread like that. But the company officially is saying, okay, Nigeria, Ghana is where that kicks off, and it expands from there. Is there a penalty for defaulting in payments? Right now, there's no penalty. So if you default, your plan is paused, and then you can unpause it when you load. But as the days go by and it becomes more serious, for example, if you and I are in an investment club and we're putting ourselves under peer pressure to make sure that it's done, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, a penalty will come with it. A penalty should come with it. That's the deterrent to making sure that everybody does what they're supposed to do. I think that's good. Scenario, say today I have 5K to invest in crypto for long-term portfolio diversification. Do I immediately buy, say, 2K Bitcoin, 1K ETH, and remaining on altcoins, or still do a DCA on immediate investment? Since DCA is for constant weekly or monthly investment. If you have $5,000 today and you want to do long-term investment, I will tell you personally, I will say divide it by 100, divide it by 100. I'm assuming if you have it for long term, it means you are not planning to bring another $5,000 in 3 months' time. If you're planning to bring another $5,000 in 3 months' time, strategy will change. But if it's what you want to put there for the next 2 years, I'll say divide it by 100. That's 2 years in weeks. And then plan to buy weekly. Okay, buy weekly. Sometimes it will be high, sometimes it will be low. Over the long term, it will be more valuable. If you buy all now and the market begins to dip, you may not be able to carry on with the long term, because your emotions will feel like, hey, my $5,000 is looking like it's coming to 500. Oh, what's going on? Pressures will want to make you pull out. But if you're doing it bit by bit, it is likely you will not look at it and you allow it to stay there so that you can enjoy when it actually pumps. So that's usually the strategy. You just say, if I want to invest now, so for example, I really want to buy now, and I know that in 3 months' time, fresh money will come. Even if I want to buy now, I still DCA. Okay, and that's because I may finish buying and then it begins to correct, and I feel pressured to sell. But if I buy $1,000, if I buy $500 worth, it comes down, I buy more. It comes down for that, I buy more. It comes down for that, I buy more. When it begins to retrace up, I will get an upside on all the ones that I bought deeper. So that's how that strategy works. How can the voucher be purchased in diaspora, or is that a future enhancement? Automatically, it's a feature enhancement immediately through an agent. Okay, it means somebody in the US is saying, "Pay me in dollars, and I'll get you the voucher, and I'll settle. I'll settle with the company with Bitcoin. I'll settle with the company with USDT. I can settle with the company on a number of places. The agents will be empowered to settle with the company on a number of places, but in the future, you'll be able to use your card as well, your Mastercard. So that will be a future enhancement when all the all the other things that are required to be able to play that way in those spaces become available. I'm not in Nigeria. Is business made for Nigerian users only? No, it's not. You can do it from anywhere in the world. Can you update your plan? Yes, you can. I see that this is possible to have more than one plan, but are all savings in those plans used to purchase Bitcoin? Yes, they are. So I personally currently have plenty of plans. I have vacation in Dubai plan. I have spoil my girlfriend plan. I have daily savings. I have aggressive. I have summer holiday. I have children's school fees. I have habits plan. I have plans that have been paused. I have plans that have been completed. So there are different plans. All of them are basically buying Bitcoin and over the long haul. I'm just basically using different creative ways to keep saving, okay, so that I can achieve the goals that I want to achieve. Okay, let me run through the three questions that remain. My investment in Bitnub is in the negative, but I see yours is in positive. How come? Can you explain? Yes, okay, Mini. I have been doing mine for the past 5-6 months. You just started doing yours, maybe from when it was 6,000. I have been doing mine. Some of my plans date back to when Bitcoin was $20,000. Dates back to when Bitcoin was 25, days back to when it was 30. So mine is growing because I've done it for longer. Like I said, this is a long-term play. If you are short-term about this, you will feel like selling. But if you're long-term, you'll see the red. And then by the time it goes back to $100,000, everything will look positive. And you wonder, it's grown. It's a long-term plan. You just keep doing your DCA. It goes up, it goes down, it doesn't matter. In fact, if you want to do anything, you buy more when it goes down, and when it goes down further, you try and see you buy more. We basically just keep on at it. It is better to buy a lot when it is small and let it grow to big. But nobody can predict how the market will go. So the best approach to insulate your heart from the ups and downs and the panics is DCA. Someone asked me who the moderators of Bitcoin are as Nigerian Stock Exchange moderators, investments in shares and the rest of them. Okay, that's a very interesting discussion that basically will go into explaining the blockchain and how that works. I'll try and give you a very simple answer. Okay, the Nigerian Stock Exchange is a privately owned company. Okay, it's owned by individuals. It's a limited liability company. Okay, understand that. Many people feel maybe it's the government that is regulating it, maybe something else, individuals. Now the blockchain, however, is it has a number of people who manage different nodes. It's quote and unquote decentralized. And when I say quote and unquote, it's because there are degrees of decentralization, okay, even within the blockchain. But it's decentralized. It means what you have with blockchain is a ledger. So every account system that is managed by a central organization that has a database of accounts that shows the records and manages the record. The beauty of blockchain is the record being managed is public for all to see. So you cannot lie, you cannot hide. It is truthful. It is what they call it is a distributed ledger that does not require me to trust you before I can deal with you, because everything I'm doing with you I can see on your end and I can see what you're doing with others as well. It's called a trustless system. So it's governed, it's governed in a decentralized way by different people who participate in it, who do voting and governance on the number of tokens. For Bitcoin, it's the strongest governance bodies will be the miners, will be the people that are holding large volumes of it, will be the exchanges, a number of people who do all those kind of things. But essentially, it's a design to say, look, central governments, central banks, and companies that keep a close eye on the numbers. Some of them run into debts and we don't know what's going on. Nobody can see what happened with money. They don't know how much money is in the bank and how much has been given out as loans. This is transparent and it's easy for everybody to monitor and govern. So it's supposed to be something better for the future. It was created as a backdrop on what happened in 2008 when there was an economic meltdown created by lies, created by falsehood, created by subprime mortgage created by the fact that people, had and taking more loan than the properties that they were using to collateralize them. The banks that were supposed to be the ones protecting XYZ were also compromised in various ways. When the crash happened, everybody was affected by what some people did within their own central system. So I said I wanted to summarize, but I'm getting to a lot of discussion and topics on and whatever on it. Essentially, it's decentralized, it's transparent, it's open. People that want to feel safe can feel safe. But I fear that the people that will understand this the most are people who are, who are, and I think it's discussion on the blockchain. Young people will get this because it's like a revolt against the whole system where they don't know what's going on. For your personal experience, is it better to DCA daily, weekly, or monthly? For my personal experience, I DCA some daily, I DCA some monthly, I DCA some weekly. I think daily is best actually, because you enjoy all the ups and downs, ups and downs. If you are doing it weekly, this one that is plunging out, for example, maybe by the end of the week it has gone back to $6,000. It means you didn't really experience that dump. So if you are doing it regularly, you probably have, you can use the DCA calculator, dca.bitnum.com. It will show you. You can play with daily, play with weekly, see what the numbers are over the same period of time so that I can measure what's going on there. Thanks, sir. How do I withdraw for the house rent or school fees just to take care of those things? You can withdraw two ways. One, if you are within Nigeria and Ghana, you can withdraw and it can pay to your account. You can also withdraw to Bitcoin and find a place to change your Bitcoin to your local currency through different exchanges that exist in different spaces. But today in Naira, you can withdraw as well. There's a mechanism for people who want to withdraw. You can withdraw in Bitcoin, you can withdraw as Naira, you can withdraw in through an agent. Those are the channels you have to withdraw. It means somebody wants to come in, people are always want to come in. I want to sell my own Bitcoin, I want to sell my USD. Somebody else wants to buy, an agent can do that for me. Final answer. So please, what if one has 500 USD and wants to do those 10x projects so that the money multiplies before they start doing Bitcoin DCA weekly and monthly? What will you advise? Now, typically, my if you want to do the opportunities that multiply your money, there are a number of them. The strategy for that is completely different. Strategy for that, and typically the people that really do that the most are the people that have a lot of money. So it starts from VCs. VCs are willing to commit $500,000, $1 million. If you are mentioning $500, it means you are not a VC. Then you have private sales. Private sales are people who are willing to commit $100,000, $200,000, and have influence. If you're talking about $500,000, it means you are not going to participate in private sales. Then you have IDOs. People who participate at the level of IDOs are people who have been whitelisted or people who have money on some pads and are able to, on the merit of the $50,000, $40,000, $100,000 that they've put in the pads, able to access this at the IDO levels. We're not talking about that level. So the level we have is the level of people who go to the market once it's launched and buy there. You need to do your research, be sure of the token, be sure of their use cases, be sure that of the kind of project that they're doing, and be willing to wait 2 months, 3 months for it to develop the use cases that gets people excited to say they're making progress, and then the value can pump. There are many strategies around that. We'll have a seminar on that one. Prince Ukioma, good evening, sir. How can those of us who joined late get the entire presentation? It will be available on my channel on YouTube, and it's available right now on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is facebook.com/deoluakemi12. You can find it there as well, so you can check it out there and make progress from there. My investment in Bitnum is in the negative, but yeah, I've explained that already. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it in a nutshell. I hope you have enjoyed conversation today. I hope you got value. If you are here and you will not miss your DCA, 10 years, 15 years, it looks like it's far. But ladies and gentlemen, when we arrived there, we realized 10 years ago was just like this. I'm looking at people in this room who I have not seen in 20 years. I'm looking at people I have not seen in 15 years. Time flies, friends. Time really does fly. And it's what we do and put to place consistently that generates significant value for us in time. I can see some people are still asking questions. Somebody's saying, when is the $200 club starting? We're working on it. Hopefully before the end of this month. How can one become an agent to sell vouchers? If you are willing to do good volumes from $500, $1,000, you can be an agent. That can be worked out. And then finally, what is DCA? Dollar cost averaging. DCA is what Akin did. Sorry, is what Ayo did. And DCA is what Shegun did. Shegun DCA with Bitcoin, Ayo DCA with dollars. And Ayo and Shegun, if you listen to the full presentation, you understand what I mean. Just download and click on voucher, but the option is Nigeria and Ghana, and I'm in Canada. So what you want to do is, if you have an account in Nigeria, it will work. Otherwise, you need an agent, okay, to work with. And there are many agents available. If you join one of the groups, I will share the groups with you. We have a few Telegram groups. Join all those groups, we can link you with someone who should be able to give you value. For 12,000 hours is actually, someone says 5 years. Is it 5 years? I thought for 5,000 hours would be more like 10 years. Check those numbers. Is it 5 years or 10 years? Yeah, but essentially the idea is that's what can be done within 5 years, is what can be done within 10 years. My take is, give yourself a long-term vision and tell yourself, you know what, I want to build over the long haul. If you do, you realize, you can achieve phenomenal things in a short time. Let me put the pages there. It's 5 years. Oh, really? That means in 90,000. That means, yeah, that's what you can achieve in 45 hours or less. That's what you can achieve in 90 hours or less. So we can work like that. It means there's something that wants to ensure, there's a thought, there's a philosophy that wants to ensure that we achieve this in 5 years, because all my own thinking was that you can do this if you want to be conservative. Yeah, conservative, 10 years. 10 years flies by very, very quickly. There are two groups. There's a 10x group, which is for I don't have a lot of money, but I want to do this. That's 10x. And there's a 20x group, which is I have quite some money and I want to play, I want to do a few things as well. And then there's a 100x group. The 100x group is exclusively for Growing Mondays members. So if you want to have access to the inside gist, inside 100x. Okay. Someone is asking, is this the same as master noding? No, it's not. It's not master noding. No. There's staking, farming, master noding. This is just basically this year essentially is saying, you know what? If the market becomes volatile, I'm not a trader. I want to be able to benefit from the upsides or downsides of the market. I'm not a trader. I don't have time to be a trader, but I want to enjoy value. So this year is making sure that you can enjoy value, even when you are not a trader, when you're not doing technical analysis and all those kind of, trying to monitor the market, trying to check the candles. Is it a cup? Is it an inverted cup? Is it a double cup? Is it a reversing line? You don't, I don't look at, you're not studying lines and news and trends. You're just basically saying, you know what, whatever happens in the market, I want to be able to, understand the long-term trend and ensure that I'm just dollar cost averaging. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is where we bring it to a pause today. I hope we have gotten value. I hope you enjoyed the time you spent today. I hope you learned something. If this has been useful to you, please, let's share the links with friends. The YouTube channel. If anybody needs the YouTube channel, let me see if I can get you the YouTube channel so I can share with you. Anything you need, please ask. Okay, someone says yes, very useful, good. The YouTube channel is something you can, you can also share with friends. Every Monday we do this. It's called Money Mondays, and I'll give you the channel link right away so that you can go there, subscribe, like the page. We want to be able to know, is this working for you? Are you learning new things? Is this something you would like to be a part of and involved in? I'll give you that link, and from there, we can connect, like it, subscribe, share with friends as well. If something is adding value to you, you want to ensure that other people can enjoy it as well. So that's the link there for the YouTube channel. You can click on it and enjoy what's up there. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up today. All the audiences, all the audience that is available on people that are looking at this from Facebook, I'd like to welcome you as well and say well done. Nice having you around. Thanks for joining us. We do this every Monday on Zoom. We just say, let us share this to the larger group today. Okay. Okay. I didn't even know. Okay, good. There's a shorter link that says youtube.com/user/Kemi. So you can go there, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so that every time anything is uploaded, you can get it as well. I deliberately try to keep my video out of this one so that I can be light enough to be uploaded very quickly. Thank you very much for showing up. I'm happy that you had value. Till we meet again next week, I'll say have a beautiful, beautiful week. Start doing your DCA, download the app. If you need a referral code, you need a referral code. Okay, I'm not going to share my referral code today so that you can ask somebody to give you somebody to help you know how you refer. Anybody who has a referral code can share it in the chat box so that people can use your referral code to join. Okay, I can see people are putting referral code already, so you can use any of those referral codes. If you see a name that you know and a name that you like and familiar with, just use their referral code and let them earn bonuses for being in this meeting and for inviting their friends. So if somebody invited you, use their referral code because there's an opportunity as well to be an agent. There's a BitNob agency opportunity that allows you to earn extra income from being someone who refers others, from being somebody who is saving regularly as well, from being somebody who is actively doing something to grow the community and help the community. So thank you very much, everyone. I think